We did a survey of manufacturers in early May of this 2011. We found that overall manufacturers are very satisfied with the graduates they're obtaining from whether it's community colleges, four-year colleges, both within Connecticut and outside of Connecticut. And it's encouraging to see this, some of the growth that's actually going on in the industry itself and the connections we're finding with the educational community. They're actually addressing some of their needs. They've made some strides recently to enhance curriculum and make connectivity, and we're starting to see those results. But with that, there's a new demand that is coming, and it's more significant than ever that we start to address some of the concerns of the manufacturers in specific. There are certain jobs, whether it's CNC programming, other manufacturing related jobs that are in high demand, that clearly there's not a pipeline quite there yet, and we're finding there's a need there, as well as some skill set deficiencies of the students and graduates that they're employing. We're starting to find there are some mismatches here, as well as their existing workforce, whether it's mid-level or management level, that also have certain skill sets that need a little stronger building and can move forward with.
And how do you go about addressing the skills that are needed to fill some of these jobs?
Sure, I think we've identified some of the skills that were needed, whether it's basic skills, simple employability skills, things even including work ethic, which are a little more challenging to address. But the math skills, the writing skills, those are things we can capitalize on that we found in the survey. So working with our educational institutions, I think, is key. One of the really encouraging things was our community colleges actually were very closely aligned with our four-year colleges in terms of what the satisfaction levels were. So utilizing those spaces as mechanisms to train employees existing and as well as enhance the graduates is a great way to kind of hone in on what those skills are needed, have those places come through with curriculum that can help address that.
So as far as jobs, there are jobs available, they just have to have the right people for them, right?
That is correct. There are clearly several jobs in many different categories the survey identified available, everything from CNC programming to geometric tolerancing, so many CAD/CAM things that are out there, and the demand is higher than ever, to the tune of 4 out of every 5 employers have certain job categories that they need filled in the near future. So it's getting that pipeline filled, making sure that there are readily available folks there for them. Is definitely the biggest concern we had with the survey related to jobs.
In a way, that's a nice challenge to have. I mean, because you're be able to fill jobs, but again, you have to have the people
Correct.
able to do them, right?
Correct. In this economy, that's the key: is making sure we can match the skill sets available from the population with the needs of the employer community. In this case, manufacturers. There are many careers on the horizon. There's a very aging workforce. The average age of our manufacturing workforce in Connecticut is 47 years old, second only to utilities, which is speaking to how strong the demographic shift is concerning with manufacturers. So getting young folks engaged in that, getting them trained and getting them ready for the workforce is exactly what we need to do now, and realizing how important these jobs are to our economy. The manufacturing sector plays huge into the overall equation and our economic growth, and this is a vital sector. We need to get those folks engaged and continue to show success for our manufacturers.
And really, this work is high precision type of work. It's not, a factory job or something like that people might think about in the old days about manufacturing.
Correct. This is definitely not their father's manufacturing. This is very highly skilled, highly educated, high technology, as you mentioned, field. So you do need high skill training. You need really advanced specific skills and certificates to work the machines, to do the designing of things. That's the type of stuff they pay very well. That's something that I think a lot of is a myth out there that they may not pay well. It's a high value add job. So these jobs do create other jobs and do significantly compensate those folks once they get out. So you can make actually a very good living in a manufacturing career here in Connecticut.
Right. I think the commissioner mentioned about 4,500 manufacturing companies here in the state. So how does that compare with other states or in the past?
We're a very strong state. We're the 18th most manufacturing intensive state. When you look at our top 100 companies that are headquartered here, more than half are manufacturers. So it's definitely a strong foothold here in Connecticut. And the manufacturing sector represents about $12.4 billion in wages for the state of Connecticut. And it contributes a little over 10% to our gross state product. So it is a big foothold here, and it's vital to keeping our economy going, especially in light of where we are now with a shaky ground with the economic situation. It's very encouraging to put a focus on manufacturing.
Any other challenges that they're facing besides the worker skills?
I think the skill set is the number one concern. It just seems to be that and the pipeline, again, getting those folks engaged and having an adequate pipeline as the retirements start to come. We expect go from about 3% to about 7 or 8% over the next several years in terms of the percentage of companies that expect to see large amounts of retirements. So as those folks start to filter out, making sure that readily available pipeline is there with the right skill sets, the training needed, maybe it's internships, the on-the-job training as they're in school, is vital to making sure we can fill that loophole or that gap once that it comes.
And once again, you're working with the vocational technical schools, the community colleges to try to, have the workers you need, right?
Correct. We've been working with everyone from the community colleges, the technical high schools, the traditional high schools, all the way through the four-year colleges. And it has started over the past several years. We're seeing the satisfaction levels represent the strides I think we've made. But there's still obviously a lot of demand for this, and there's certain skill sets that they're still finding deficiencies that we need to hone in on now, take it to that next level, as well as continually putting this in front of our students, whether they're at the high school, the middle school, all the way through college age, to have them recognize this is a great field to go into, you're going to be compensated well, and you can be very successful here.
Right, so again, overall, the manufacturing industry is pretty, would you say, strong or in good shape here in the state?
I think we're in okay shape right now. I mean, they definitely face their challenges, but in light of the economy and the weak dollar right now, the export growth has really helped surge manufacturers right now. And with that, they're holding up quite well in relation to other sectors, but that can change at any moment with the economy right now, and making sure that their workforce is here and they see the value in remaining in Connecticut is important, and doing anything we can to help foster their job growth, a better overall economic climate. That's going to help have them have more confidence in doing business here in Connecticut.
And just talk about the export and that type of issue in terms of, well, they being able to export a lot of their products overseas.
I think that, yeah, that's starting to occur. The export numbers have really been quite strong for our manufacturers, and we have folks in all different industries, especially growth sectors that didn't see as big of a hit, whether it comes to healthcare. We have a speaker today that's in the healthcare arena providing surgical equipment. That type of folks do really well right now in the economy because they're a global company. Their demand has always been there, but that has also fueled, the economy has also fueled their growth. So that has helped sustain them with the down economy here in the States. But as the economic climate changes, hopefully that will continue. But if the dollar does start to get a little stronger versus other currencies, we may see that slip a little bit. But it's definitely something we're paying attention to, and I think manufacturers here are in a good place because of that.
I think that would do it.